One more round to play this week in the Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Byron has 160 points. Warren has 90, but in our Mercy Health Final Challenge, all of our questions are worth 20 points. It's the same rules as round one, other than that point change. And again, wait for me to call your name and say your answer loud and clear. Hands on your buzzers, contestants, for the first question in our final challenge. What space program, whose fifth mission carried the dogs Belka and Strelka into orbit, was a Soviet program that in 1957, Matthew.
Russian Space Agency.
Incorrect. I'll continue for Byron. Launched the first satellite. Brody.
Sputnik.
That is right. Also a 2020 sci-fi horror film. Byron is first on the board in this round. Chongqing and Wuhan are cities on what river that is spanned by the Three Gorges Dam? Joel.
Yangtze?
That is correct. Both of those cities are in China, and that geography knowledge got you 20 more points. What man used the ship Inconstant to escape from exile on the island of Elba, but was later banished? Brody.
Napoleon.
That's right. Banished to St. Helena after losing the Battle of Waterloo. 3 in a row for Byron. You've got 220 now. What god was married to Sigyn, gave birth to the horse Sleipnir, gave Hoder the mistletoe spear that killed Balder? Joel.
Loki?
That's correct. Also the Norse trickster god and Thor's stepbrother in the Marvel movies. 20 more points. What Hungarian composer of the Mephisto waltzes also wrote a set of Hungarian rhapsodies? Matthew.
Tchaikovsky.
Incorrect. Byron, these 20 points could be yours. Brody.
Gershwin.
Incorrect. Franz Liszt. No points for either team. Brand new question. What biblical book, which mentions 7 bowls or plagues that include a battle of Armageddon, is by John of Patmos and concludes the New Testament? Joel.
Genesis?
Incorrect. Warren. Matthew.
Corinthians.
Incorrect. Worth a guess. Genesis begins the Old Testament. Revelations ends the New Testament. No points, teams. New question. What president ordered that government funds be placed in pet banks and opposed renewing the Second Bank of the United States Charter? Brody.
Jackson.
That's right. The 7th POTUS. He opposed renewing that charter in the 1830s was the rest of that question. Byron's got 20 more. What element, which comprises the majority of the human body's mass, has a standard state that is a diatomic gas that contains a double bond? Joel.
Carbon?
Incorrect. Warren. Matthew.
Hydrogen.
Incorrect. It's oxygen. Oxygen is almost 2/3 of our mass, mostly because of the water. Carbon is about 20%. No points. What Mexican author of the book The Labyrinth of Solitude based the structure of his poem Sunstone? Brody.
Marquez.
Incorrect. I'll continue for Warren. On the Aztec calendar. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1990, Octavio Paz. And that is also where we end the round. No points for either team. Byron didn't need it. Didn't come down to one question, certainly, this time around. Congratulations, Byron. You are moving on. And Warren, really quickly, seniors on the team, raise your hands. Well, we call this our senior send-off, so we appreciate everything that you've done. We're glad that you were here. That means Andrew, you, and Matthew's sister Claire are going to have to carry the team next season, right? We count on you guys coming back next year, next season, and we also count on you coming back next week. I hope you join us for Keith Country Day against Dixie. We'll see you then.